I will call to order the City of Douglasville's City Council regular meeting for today, which is Monday, October the 17th. Our invocation will be done by our city manager, Ms. Marcia Hampton. After that, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance that will be led by the Mayor Pro Tem, Councilman Larry Yockey. Please stand.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. If you would please bow your heads. Thank you for allowing us to gather here tonight. I think that you allow all of us to be here tonight, including Councilman Miller. Thank you for allowing him to return in good health. I continue to ask that you watch over him and carry him as he moves forward in recovery. I ask that you bless each member that's here, watch over them, allow the decisions that they make tonight be to your will. These things we pray in your name, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much, Mayor Pro Tem Yockey and City Manager Ms. Hampton. And indeed, we do welcome our colleague back, Councilman Mike Miller. Announcements and presentations will be just this, that if you would like to give comment, we ask that you would come to the podium. But before that, that everyone would please silence any of your electronic devices, cell phones and tablets and such, so that they will not be disruptive to the meeting. If you'd like to say something to the Mayor and Council or address us, there are forms outside of this auditorium on that table. And fill out those green forms and hand them to our city clerk, Ms. Vicki Acker, to my right, and then come to the podium and give your name and address for the record. And we'd love to hear from you, and that will be timed. And if you would like to say something, there's an appropriate time for that to happen. I will open the floor for minutes of the special meeting and legislative work session of September 29th, 2016, and the regular meeting of October 3rd, 2016.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Thank you. We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments or corrections to the minutes? Not hearing any. All those in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
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 Opposed, the same sign. Thank you. The ayes have it. We'll move on to the consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you so much. We have a motion. Is there a second? Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve the consent agenda as presented. Are there any questions or comments from the council? Not hearing any. All of those in favor of approving the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Thank you. The ayes have it. We'll move on to committees. The first committee is Public Safety Committee, and that's chaired by Mayor Pro Tem Larry Yockey.
Yes, and I have no items tonight, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to Community and Economic Development Committee, and that is chaired by Councilmember Mark Adams.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. No business tonight.
Thank you, sir. Planning and Development Committee, that's also chaired by Councilmember Mark Adams.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We do have several items tonight under Planning and Development Committee. First item, 22-16-35, to hold a public hearing and consider a request for a special land use permit for personal services, massage only, for 3.38 plus or minus acres, zone CG General Commercial at 2911 Chapel Hill Road, located in land lot 24, District 1, Section 5, Parcel 8. Application made by Taifu Jin. Ms. Jin, would you please approach? I just want to make sure as we open this public hearing that we give anyone the opportunity that might need to come and speak either for or against, since it is required that we have this public hearing. Thank you for being here tonight. Is there any new information that needs to be provided by the applicant? Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak either for or against this application that has not already spoken or that has new information? Okay, seeing none, then I'll close the public hearing. I'll make a motion then on item 22-16-35 to approve.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved in a second to approve item 22-16-35. Are there any questions or comments from the council?
Yes. Was there a special stipulation on there in regards to time for the special land use permit?
I do not see one on the application, but because this is a renewal, is that correct?
Yes,
This is a renewal, so I would be in favor, and I appreciate you mentioning that, Mr. Siegel, that we would we would approve this, and I would change my motion that would be for 2 years.
And I will second the 2 years.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded to approve item 22-16-35 with a special stipulation of a 2-year period for renewal. All of those in favor? First of all, are there any other questions or comments? Thank you. All of those in favor of approving item 22-16-35 with a special stipulation of 2 years, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Thank you. The ayes have it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Next, item B, 22-16-36, hold a public hearing and consider a request for change in zoning from R2 Single Family Detached Residential District to CG General Commercial with a special land use permit for a church or place of worship as an accessory use for .92 plus or minus acres at 6304 Fairburn Road, located land lot 21, District 1, Section 5C, Parcel 10. Application made by Afolashi Mobolashi. Mr. Mobolashi, Ms. Mobolashi, thank you for being here again tonight. Is there any other information that you would like to add to this application? Okay. Is there anyone here that would be speaking for or against with new information that we have not previously heard? Okay, I will close the public hearing then. I'll make a motion item 22-16-36 be approved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Are we going to do a 2
Special
years?
stipulation?
1 year.
1.
1 year?
This is the
Application.
first application, I think, which would include the accessory building, so I would not suggest a 2-year at this moment. My motion would include for 1 year.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded to approve item 22-16-36 with a special stipulation of 1 year. Are there any other questions or comments as relates to this item from the council? Not hearing any. All of those that are in favor of approving item 22-16-36, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Thank you. The ayes have it.
Thank you very much, folks. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Item C, 22-16-37, hold a public hearing and consider a request for a change in zoning from DCD Design Concept Development District with base zones of R2 Single Family Detached Residential and R3 Single Family Detached Residential District to R2 Single Family Detached Residential District for 3.32 acres plus or minus acres at 1476 Mount Vernon Road, located land lot 764, District 18, Section 2, Parcel 5. Application made by Ms. Jessie May Long. Good evening, Ms. Long. How are you?
Fine.
Thank you for coming back tonight. Is there any information that you would like to add to the application for this public hearing?
Oh,
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak either for or against this application at this time? If not, then I will close the public hearing on this item. And at item 22-16-37, make a motion for approval.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded to approve item 22-16-37. Are there any questions or comments from the council? Thank you. Not hearing any. All of those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. Thank you. The ayes have it. Item 22-16-37 has been approved. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Long. Next item, 22-16-38, hold a public hearing and consider a request for a special land use permit for automotive sales and services, new and used cars, for 10 plus or minus acres, zone CG, general commercial, at 7468 Douglas Boulevard, located land lot 159, District 2, Section 5, Parcel 26. Application made by Mr. Robert Armstrong. Good evening, sir.
Councilman Adams, thank you. I just wanted to remind the commission or the council that this past week I requested that this be a permanent special use land use permit for automotive use and sales and service, as these buildings are special use facilities and have operated under that pretense for over a decade.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that new information. I think we did touch on that in our last meeting. Is there anyone here that would like to add or bring any information to the group for or against this application? Okay, if not, I will close the public hearing. And Mr. Armstrong, I appreciate your bringing that to our attention. I will make a motion 22-16-38 for approval, and that would be for permanent use. My reasoning there is that they were originally built for this particular purpose. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. Littlefield, the reason that we're having to go back through this as a special land use permits because they've been unoccupied for more than 6 months, and that is the only reason, but the uses really have not changed. Is that correct?
That's what your zoning official says, yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, Ms. Wright, I didn't refer to the correct person. I make a motion to approve item 22-16-38.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved in second to approve item 22-16-38. Are there any additional questions or comments from the council? With this being a permanent use because of the permit for automotive sales and services. All those in favor of approving the item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Thank you. The ayes have it. Item 22-16-38 is approved.
Thank you. Madam Mayor, we have one other item, and it is basically that same property, item 22-16-39. Request approval of final plat for the purpose of subdivision into 3 tracts located at 7468 Douglas Boulevard, land lot 159, District 2, Section 5, application by Robert Armstrong, Atlanta Land Group, LLC. Good evening again, Mr. Armstrong.
Thank you, Councilman Adams. Once again, we'd respectfully like to ask for y'all's approval of this subdivision plat. Certainly answer any questions if you have them.
I do have one question, Mr. Armstrong. I think we touched on it on Thursday night. Before, and I'm very much amiss in not asking you to do this, only for our listening audience, please give your name and address for the record.
Certainly. Robert Armstrong. My address is 804 Town Boulevard, Suite A as in Apple, 2040, Brookhaven, Georgia, 30319.
And I'm sorry that I did not request that earlier. Just a question, as far as it going from 1 plat to 3, I know that there's a common area for ingress and egress, cross-section off
Yes, sir.
the right-of-way, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And there also, is there not a shared retention area?
Detention area would be what we'd call it, because it's temporary. Retention's usually permanent, but there is a common area for detention, and we will have a separate real estate agreement where all 3 of the parcels will share in the maintenance of that detention pond as part of our closing documents.
Okay, and that would be as a part of the closing
Yes,
documents
sir.
at time of sale?
And
of the 3
all
properties?
separate parcels are aware of what we're going to be doing already.
Okay. Any questions? Any
Chairman?
discussion there?
I do have one question. I think legal counsel probably will handle this. We just approved the permanent special land use permit for the greater parcel. Now that it's being subdivided, that means then that each of those parcels has that usage as well permanently, correct? Thank you.
And I might add that that was what staff suggested we do as part of my application.
Counsel?
Mr. Armstrong, I'm sure you've probably thought of this, but when that detention pond was approved, it was undoubtedly approved pursuant to the amount of impervious surface on all 3 lots. If any of the parcels increase the amount of impervious surface, it may affect the size of the detention pond. So you probably have an agreement that says repair and improvement if necessary, as well as city repair.
Certainly. We're actually planning to escrow money out of our closing from each individual sale to come in and do a cleanup of the detention pond. It needs some maintenance, to be honest with you.
Okay. Then I'm going to make a motion to approve item 22-16-39.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 22-16-39. Are there any additional questions or comments as relates to this item? Thank you. Not hearing any. All of those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed of approving, same sign. Thank you. The ayes have it.
Thank you,
Item
Commissioners.
22-16-39.
Thank you, Mr. Armstrong.
Thank you.
We
You're
look
welcome.
forward to those buildings being completed and sold and go to work.
That's
Used
right.
Thank
like
you
they're
very
supposed
much.
to be.
That's all that I have, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Parks and Recreation Committee, that's chaired by Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business tonight in Parks and Recreation.
Thank you, sir. Finance Committee, and that's chaired by Mayor Pro Tem Larry Yockey.
Yes, I have one item. It's the item 24-16-37, adopt an ordinance to amend the City of Douglasville's fiscal year 2016-2017 general fund budget. I make a motion that we approve 24-16-37.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 24-16-37. Are there any questions or comments as it relates to this item? Thank you. Not hearing any. All of those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Thank you. The ayes have it. Item 24-16-37 is approved.
And that's all I have for Finance Committee tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. Information and Technology Committee, that's chaired by Councilmember Richard Siegel.
No business tonight, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Maintenance and Sanitation Committee, that's chaired by Councilmember Mike Miller.
Maintenance and Sanitation Committee has no business tonight, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Transportation Committee, that's chaired by Councilmember LaShawn Burdanley.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. No items under transportation tonight.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll move on to Personnel and Organization Committee, that's chaired by Councilmember Mike Miller.
Personnel and Organization Committee has no business tonight, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Ordinance is an intergovernmental committee, that's chaired by Councilmember LaShawn Burdanley.
No items tonight, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Education and Training Committee, that's chaired by Councilmember Samuel Davis.
No items tonight, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Other business, is there any other business to come before this body from council members?
We
Yes,
did-
sir.
we-
I'm sorry. I'll go Mr. Siegel. He had his hand up first.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just want to tell everybody about a little Hollywood that came to the city of Douglasville today, not downtown. Out in Tributary, we actually had filming for a movie, the latest installment of the series of Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh, great.
We had one street down in Tributary that was completely closed off. Big appreciation to the city of Douglasville for altering the trash pickup schedule for that street for today. They'll be picked up tomorrow. Very interesting that the production company asked the residents on that street, of course, don't park on the street or on your driveway during our day of filming, but also don't decorate your houses for Halloween yet. Do that on Tuesday, but not before that, because the scene they're filming does not take place around Halloween time. So that was a lot of excitement there, and the beauty of the city continues to attract the film, TV, and commercial producers.
Very good. I know all about that series. My 3 kids have read those and continue to read them, so that's exciting.
Alicia Silverstone was in the house.
Ooh, I have to tell them.
Wow.
All right, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, you had your
Yes,
hand up.
the city manager will probably remind us all too, but we have a groundbreaking come Wednesday at 4 o'clock for our O'Neill Plaza. And it's a long-awaited groundbreaking, and we can't wait to get started, and then can't wait to get it finished. So, but I just want to remind everybody that there is a groundbreaking at 4 o'clock on the plaza Wednesday afternoon.
Yes, sir. And in light of that, other announcements, which the city manager may do, which are the Google Games that are going to be held, the Gravity Games on Saturday, and that same day, the 23rd, is the annual chili cook-off. Saturday? The 22nd. Oh, I have my weekends mixed up. What's today? Monday. It's this coming. It's the 22nd, not the 23rd. 23rd is a Sunday. Okay, I'm on the right weekend, the wrong day. So that's the 22nd, this Saturday, which is the chili cook-off and the Gravity Games. So it'll be hosted by Google. Any other, there's any other business to come before the council, from the council members? If not, we'll move on to City Attorney, Mr. Joel Dotson.
No business, Madam.
Thank you, sir. Chief Assistant City Attorney, Ms. Susan Littlefield.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. Chief of Police, our Deputy Chief, Ms. Suzanne Shaw.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll move on to City Manager, Ms. Marcia Hampton.
All righty.
Welcome back, Ms. Hampton.
I'm glad to be back. As you all mentioned on Wednesday of this week, just to remind you and make certain to spread the word that on October 19th at 4 o'clock, we will have a groundbreaking for O'Neill Plaza. We anticipate that construction will start shortly thereafter, so there will be some impediments to walking through the plaza temporarily. So for those folks who are going to Gumbo's and some of those restaurants, they will have to take an alternate route going through some of the other alleys. Also, as the mayor mentioned, this weekend begins our fall activity weekend, as we normally do with the Moonlight Run, the Chili Cook-Off, and then our Google Gravity Games, all of those events taking place on that Saturday, starting Saturday morning and concluding after midnight. So it'll be a busy day for staff here on Saturday this weekend. And then we do have another event coming up first week of October, but Ms. Jackson will come up during staff reports to make make a report on that. And then also just to remind you all, a message from your Human Resources Director that you do have open enrollment coming up for those who will be participating in that this week as well. And that's all I have.
Thank you so much, Ms. City Manager. We'll move on to comments from citizens and delegates. Now is the opportunity, if you would like to address this body, we invite you to come to the podium and state your name and address for the record, and we'll be happy to hear your concern or issue. Thank you. Don't have any comments. Okay, the staff reports, and we'll have Councilmember Mark Adams.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have a staff report this evening announcing the upcoming City of Douglasville Career Fair sponsored by Mercer University on November 2nd, 2016, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. here at the Douglasville Conference Center. Ms. Jackson?
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Chelsea Jackson, 6695 Church Street, Douglasville, Georgia. Just wanted to announce the first career fair that the City of Douglasville will be having, sponsored by Mercer University. It'll take place November 2nd, 3 to 7 p.m. Not only is it's not a regular career fair, because we also have, not only do we have businesses, including Janus International, Ronstadt, we also have a lot of retailers that'll be hiring there for seasonal, and we also have many universities throughout the metro Atlanta area, including our sponsor, Mercer University, University of West Georgia, Bernal University, and we also have a dental staffing school that will also be there as well. So we're just excited about the first, hopefully first annual City of Douglasville Career Fair sponsored by Mercer University. It'll be about 35 vendors there, actively seeking employees throughout the metro Atlanta area. So we're hoping to see the public there. Business casual is not recommended, but is kind of, we're asking everyone to come out and do business casual, as well as the Atlanta Regional Commission will have their mobile career unit there. So they'll have interview tips, anyone seeking any kind of resume advice, as well as one-on-one consultations, and it'll be set up on the side of the conference center.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Appreciate that information.
Thank you.
Very much. Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I would just say, Ms. Jackson and our city manager, you cannot, I mentioned it to the city manager, and before I knew it, it was rolling and the ball was done. So they are really, really good. I want to thank you and appreciate everything that you've done to bring this career fair together. It's going to be very exciting. So thank you again for all the hard work that you've put in contacting all of these entities to bring it together. So thanks so much. Thank you, City Manager. Thank you, Ms. Jackson.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay, are there any other announcements? Is there any business to come before this body? Not hearing any, this meeting is adjourned.